Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about the New Hampshire weekend for Cup and Xfinity Series. But before we get into that, let's first about next week's schedule race, which is at Nashville for Cup, Xfinity, and the Truck Series. So Friday, June 28th at 4:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. will be practice and qualifying for the Truck Series. Both then will be on FS2. 8 p.m. then will be the Truck Series race for the running of the Rackley Roofing 200. That'll be on FS2 MRN and Sirius XM. Saturday, June 29th at noon and at 12:30 will be practice qualifying for the Xfinity Series. Both of them will be on USA and streaming on NBC Sports. At 2:05 and 2:50 p.m. will then be practice qualifying for the Cup Series. Both of them will be on USA, streaming on NBC Sports, PRN, and Sirius XM. 5 p.m. then will then be the Xfinity Series race for the running of the Tennessee Lottery 250. That'll be on USA, streaming on NBC Sports, PRN, and Sirius XM. Then Sunday, June 30th at 3:30 p.m. will then be the Cup Series race for the running of the Ally 400. That'll be on NBC, streaming on NBC Sports, PRN, and Sirius XM. Last night I have looked now at the Xfinity Series results. The winner of the NASCAR Xfinity Series at New Hampshire is Christopher Bell, followed by Sheldon Creed, Cole Custer, Justin Allgaier, Carson Quaffle, Ryan Sieg, Parker Klickman, Riley Herbst, Alex Bowman, and Corey Hyde ran the top 10, followed by AJ Allmendinger, Sammy Smith, Jesse Love, Brandon Jones, and Chandler Smith ran out the top 15. And also one driver failed to qualify, that being Jade Buford for Mike Harmon Racing. Now, the main thing is that there was a late wreck that happened during this race. I don't know what Sammy was doing. Either he just had a massive run and he had nowhere to go, or he would just want to dive in and try and pass a couple cars. But yeah, he kind of was a bit aggressive and kind of caused a wreck. It looked like he did hit Sammy Smith, which in terms got into the 19 car of Justin Boying. I don't know how you say his last name. He's a NASCAR Wheeler Modified Tour driver, I believe. So it's pretty unlucky there for Justin because he was running pretty well. He was inside of the top 10, top 5 when that happened. So pretty unlucky there for him because he was really, really good in that car. But I don't know if that Sandman move was maybe the best idea. I mean, he was legit talking about it last week after he won in Iowa, where he was quite pissed off that some teams weren't really looking up to him as a potential candidate in the Cup Series. He might be the reason, as he's been a bit aggressive, a bit over his head. So, but either way, I mean, it was. I don't think it really took anyone out. I think I guess the main ones were like Austin Hill, Justin. I don't know say his last name. It wasn't like a massive wreck that took out like a bunch of contenders. It was a wreck that happened and a lot of people got damaged from it. So that's really bad. But either way, sorry, that's all I can really say. I mean, I think the times were bumped up a bit because of the weather. And as well, I think there was some radio beep or something, something was happening on the radio. I'm not really too sure, but it is what it is. I guess that's just how that works. But let's now have a look at the other pitchers outside of the top 15. At least Christopher Bell won this race after leaking the news that Chase Briscoe was going to Jogas races. So that's pretty good there. As for the other drivers, I think Shane Van Gisbergen, he was part of that wreck. Anthony Alfredo, I believe, as well. Justin Boingsono, I don't know how to say his name still. He was also part of that wreck as well. Austin Hill, Kyle Weatherman, all the drivers were part of that wreck. Ryan Ellis was had a DVP problem. Nathan Bird had a collision somewhere, including Leland Honeyman. But the big one, I guess we'll say, is Matt DiBenedetto, who finished, I'm pretty sure, 19th, I believe, somewhere inside of the top 20, was disqualified after finding out that he has 3 loose lug nuts. So that's pretty unlucky there for RSS Racing and Matt DiBenedetto, as he was actually running pretty good, I'll be honest, in the top 20. So yeah, pretty disappointed there for Matt DiBenedetto, as he was disqualified from this race. Let's now have a look now at the standings for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. I mean, this is what the standings now looks like. Cole Custer still in the lead, only by 15 points over Chandler Smith, followed by Justin Allgaier, Austin Hill, Sheldon Creed, Riley Herbst, Jesse Love, AJ Allmendinger, Parker Klickman, Sam Mayer ran out of top 10, followed by Sammy Smith, Shane Van Gisbergen, Ryan Sieg, Anthony Alfredo, and Brandon Jones ran out the top 15. The biggest movers includes Riley Herbst, Sheldon Creed, and Justin Allgaier, all they're moving up 1 spot, while Jesse Love was the biggest loser, going down 2 spots. playoffs, as we didn't have a new winner because Christopher Bell was running for cup points. This is basically what it looks like now. Chandler Smith, Austin Hill, Sam Ayer, Shane Gisberg, Justin Allgaier, and Jesse Love, all of them have at least one win each. While Cole Custer plus 205, Sheldon Creed plus 100, Riley Herbst plus 94, AJ Allmendinger plus 59, Parker Kligerman plus 52, and Sammy Smith plus 31, while the next three close drivers includes Ryan Sieg minus 31, Anthony Alfreda minus 71, and Brandon Jones minus 82. Let's now have a look now at the Cup Series results at New Hampshire. And the winner of the NASCAR Cup Series at New Hampshire is Christopher Bell. Yes, he sweeps the weekend. Followed by Chase Briscoe, Josh Berry, Kyle Larson, Chris Buescher, Tyler Reddick, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Jonathan Nemechek, Martin Truex Jr., and Ross Chastain ran out the top 10. Followed by Ryan Preece, Todd Gilliland, Eric Jones, Harrison Burton, and Michael McDowell ran out the top 15. So stuff happened in the race. There was a late wreck into turn 1. I can't remember who actually spun out. I did watch the race, but I can't remember who spun. It might be Noah Gragson, I believe, who was going down to the apron of the track and basically lost it, and then that involved Bob Wallace as well, who basically got terminal damage, and I was not too happy with Noah Gragson, and basically had to park right in his pit box. Yeah, he wasn't too happy, which, I mean, it's fair enough. I mean, Bob Wallace, he's in contention of making it to the playoffs, so I can understand his frustration and stuff, but still, it's like, I don't know if that's really the best idea if you are Bubba Wallace, but I mean, at least you didn't get any physical or anything, I'll be honest, with Noah Gragson, so at least I was calmed down. But the main thing that everyone is talking about is just the rain. So there was a pretty long rain delay, I believe. That was maybe like an hour or two rain delay, and NASCAR was really wanting to finish, which is fair enough. But the problem is that NASCAR basically told the teams to use rain tires only. Even when it was looking like it was going to be dry, they still forced them to be on wet tires. Now, I'm not a fan of that decision. When it was still a bit damp, yeah, sure. But when it was actually clearing up and a bunch of drivers were complaining about their tires ultimately being flat, and they just want to be on dries, and they think they should be a dry track now, NASCAR said no. So that was a massive problem there, I'll be honest. So, I mean, there's definitely lessons to be learned here. So, yeah, it's not a good sign from NASCAR. I was not a fan of any of those calls that they were making, but I mean, it was pretty entertaining. The race was pretty good, especially at the latter half when it was a bit damp, a bit rainy and stuff. So I mean, it was good, but why have to force these drivers to be on a tire, which, I'll be honest, maybe the dry tire might be faster, but obviously maybe they were just thinking about safety and stuff. But I mean, it wasn't torrential like in Coda in 2021, I believe, where that was pouring. No, it's not like that. It's more like it's kind of mild. It's fine. You could maybe run a dry track. And hell, during the pace call-up, everyone was going down to the apron on the front stretch just to cool down their tires. And some of them even went onto the grass as well on the back stretch. So clearly, that should have been a sign for NASCAR. They'd be like, alright, let's give them maybe a choice of, wet tires, dry track. But whatever. It is what it is, I guess. So that was quite stupid there from NASCAR. Hopefully, they learn off that. Let's now have a look at the other pitchers outside of the top 15. Carson Hocevar spun out as well pretty late into the race. Who else as well? I mean, I think Sora spun out as well a bit. Kaz Grala got into the wall. Corey LaJoie, I'm pretty sure, spun out twice during the race as well. Denny Hamlin had a shocker. Ryan Blaney, to be fair, was taken out by Michael McDowell, so that's why he finishes down 25th alongside with William Byron. Noah Gragson spun out, obviously caused Bubba Wallace to retire. I'm pretty sure it was, Austin Dillon as well, I'm pretty sure. Brad Keselowski spun out as well. Justin Haley, he was up into 6th place at some point. So I don't know what happened to him finishing down 29th. Joey Logano was part of an incident as well with Chase Elliott, and both of them were, I mean, Elliott was fine, he finished up in 18th, but Logano, he was just running laps really. Austin Dillon and Bubba Wallace, both of them were part of that incident with Noah Gragson. Kyle Busch, his season continues to plummet. He is just being horrendous, so I mean, I won't be surprised if he is potentially looking to maybe go elsewhere, because if I was Kyle Busch, I would be as well. And then finally, Alex Bowman, who had an engine problem. Let's now have a look now at the standings now for the Cup Series. So here are the standings now, and Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott are both tied for the regular season standings. How about that? Followed by Denny Hamlin, who's currently 40 points behind both Hendrick Cars, Martin Truex Jr., Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, William Byron, Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, and Brad Keselowski right out of the top 10. Followed by Ty Gibbs, Alex Bowman, Chris Buescher, Joe Logano, and Bubba Wallace right out of the top 15. The biggest mover was definitely Christopher Bell, who moves up 2 spots, while the big loser was William Byron, who moves down 3 spots after his shocking New Hampshire results. So now for the playoff standings now for the NASCAR Cup Series, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Chris Bell, William Byron, all of them have 3 wins, while Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, Daniel Suarez, and Austin Cindric, all of them have 1 win each. As for the drivers who have not gotten a win, we have Martin Truex Jr. plus 155, he's practically locked in. Ross Chastain plus 93, also practically locked in. Ty Gibbs plus 82, also kind of locked in. Alex Bowman and Chris Buescher 59-50 respectively is on the cusp of locking in my opinion, but the main one is Joey Logano, who's currently plus 13 over Bubba Wallace for the bubble spot. It's gonna be interesting. Chase Briscoe is minus 25. He's looking pretty hard, and Kyle Busch, who is struggling so much now. He's fell off a cliff. He is currently minus 45 below the cut line. So just a matter, the next week's schedule race is at Nashville for Cup, Xfinity, and the Truck Series. So I'd like you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me, especially on this channel. There is definitely a lot of learning to do, obviously, with these wet tires and stuff. So hopefully NASCAR can obviously take what they learned from New Hampshire and put it to good use in the future. So that's really better for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys next time in the next one. Goodbye.